Ladies and gentlemen, today I stand before you to speak of a truth that must resonate deep within your heart. No matter how many times you fall, you have the power to rise again. Life will test you, challenge you, and sometimes even break you. But there is a resilience within you that cannot be defeated. You are not defined by the setbacks, the struggles, or the obstacles you face, but by how you respond to them. Every challenge, every failure, and every disappointment is an opportunity for growth. The only question is, will you rise again? Will you take that moment of defeat and turn it into a moment of power? Will you use the lessons learned from your trials to build a stronger version of yourself? Understand this, the key to rising again is in your mindset. You must first believe that your future is greater than your past. You must see beyond the pain of the moment and focus on the possibilities that lie ahead. A person who has fallen but refuses to stay down is unstoppable. They are driven by a purpose that cannot be shaken by circumstances. It doesn't matter how many times you've stumbled or how many doors have closed in your face. Every setback is simply a setup for a comeback. You have the power to redefine your life, to rise from the ashes of your struggles and soar higher than you ever thought possible. But it begins with your decision. The decision to get up, to move forward, and to never settle for less than your best. Don't allow fear, doubt, or the opinions of others to keep you down. You were born for greatness. You were born to overcome. Rise again, not just for yourself, but for the people who need to see your strength. Rise for the generations that will come after you, who will be inspired by your journey. Rise because your story is not finished. The best is yet to come. You have everything within you to rise again. You are more powerful than you realize. Keep pressing forward, keep fighting, and never forget the strength to rise is in you. Rise again and let the world see your greatness unfold. Resilience is the ability to withstand or recover from difficult conditions. It is the strength that allows us to bounce back from adversity, to continue moving forward even when life seems to be pressing us down. Resilience is not just about enduring hardship, it is about growing stronger through the trials and challenges that we face. It is the internal fortitude that keeps us grounded and determined even when the storms of life seem unrelenting. In the face of challenges, resilience is what enables us to keep going, to keep striving, and to keep believing in the possibility of a brighter future. Every single one of us will face challenges in our lives. No one is exempt from hardship, pain, loss, or struggle. Life is full of unexpected twists and turns, and it often tests our resolve in ways that we cannot anticipate. We will face moments when things seem impossible, when our energy is drained, and when the weight of the world feels like it's too much to bear. It's in these moments that our resilience is truly tested. It's in the face of these challenges that we have the opportunity to either collapse under the pressure or rise above it. The reality is that many of us have been through challenges that have left us feeling broken, disheartened, or discouraged. Some of us have faced financial struggles, health crises, the loss of loved ones, failed relationships, career setbacks, or other life-altering events. At times, these experiences can feel overwhelming, like we're being knocked down over and over again. And yet, through it all, it's important to recognize that resilience is not about never being knocked down. It's about how we respond when we are knocked down. It's about how we choose to rise after we fall, how we choose to keep going when everything inside us says to give up. There is a misconception that resilient people are somehow immune to pain or struggle, that they don't feel the weight of life's challenges as deeply as others. In reality, resilient individuals experience the same pain and difficulty as everyone else. They too feel fear, doubt, anger, and sadness. But what sets them apart is their ability to navigate those emotions, to face the adversity head on, and to keep moving forward. They do not allow their circumstances to define them or dictate their future. Instead, they choose to use every challenge as an opportunity for growth and transformation. Resilience is deeply rooted in mindset. How we perceive and interpret the challenges we face determines how we respond to them. If we see a challenge as an insurmountable obstacle, we may give in to despair or frustration. But if we view that same challenge as a stepping stone, a learning experience, or a temporary setback, we are more likely to face it with courage and perseverance. A resilient person does not see failure as the end, but as part of the journey. They understand that every struggle carries within it the seed of an important lesson, an opportunity to grow stronger, smarter, and more capable. When we face adversity, it's easy to feel isolated and alone. The world can seem like it's conspiring against us, and we may wonder why these things are happening to us. But it's crucial to remember that we are not the first or the last to face challenges. Every successful person has encountered setbacks along their journey. Every person who has achieved greatness has endured hardships. The difference lies not in the challenges themselves, but in how they respond to them. Resilient individuals understand that challenges are a natural part of life, and rather than retreating in fear, they lean into those challenges, accepting them as part of the process. In times of adversity, it's easy to fall into a mindset of victimhood, to feel as if we are helpless in the face of life's difficulties. But this mindset only weakens us and prevents us from accessing the strength that lies within us. Resilience is about recognizing that we have the power to choose how we respond to our circumstances. While we may not have control over the things that happen to us, we always have control over how we react. In moments of hardship, we can choose to rise above our circumstances or succumb to them. The choice is ours. One of the key aspects of resilience is the ability to maintain hope in the face of adversity. Hope is not simply a passive feeling, it is a powerful force that propels us forward even when things seem bleak. When we are faced with a challenge, hope allows us to see beyond the current moment and to envision a better future. It gives us the strength to continue fighting, to keep working toward our goals, and to trust that better days lie ahead. Hope is the fuel that keeps the fire of resilience burning, and it is what sustains us through our darkest moments. But resilience is not just about surviving, it's about thriving despite the obstacles in our way. It's about using the struggles we face to cultivate strength, wisdom, and perseverance. Each challenge we overcome adds to our reservoir of resilience. It sharpens us, makes us more resourceful, and teaches us valuable lessons about who we are and what we're capable of. In this way, challenges are not only opportunities for growth, they are necessary for our development. Without challenges, we would not know the full extent of our strength or our potential. There are times when the weight of life's challenges can feel unbearable. In these moments, it's easy to feel like we are failing, like we're not strong enough to handle what's being asked of us. But it's important to remember that resilience doesn't mean that we don't struggle. It means that we keep going despite the struggle. It means that even when the road ahead is uncertain and the pain seems endless, we continue to put one foot in front of the other. Resilience is about refusing to give up on ourselves, even when everything inside us says we can't go on. It's also important to remember that resilience doesn't happen in isolation. No one achieves greatness alone. We all need support from others. Resilience is about recognizing when we need help and being willing to lean on others for strength. Whether it's family, friends, mentors, or even professional support, having a strong support system is a key component of resilience. Those who are resilient understand that they are not invincible and that there is no shame in asking for help when they need it. In fact, it's often in our moments of vulnerability that we discover the true power of resilience. Resilience is also about self-compassion. We often hear about the importance of perseverance and determination, but it's equally important to be kind to ourselves in times of hardship. We may not always be able to handle everything perfectly, and that's okay. Resilience is about accepting our flaws and limitations, learning from our mistakes, and forgiving ourselves when things don't go as planned. It's about recognizing that we are human and that our worth is not determined by our successes or failures, but by the courage to keep going despite them. In the end, resilience is not something we are born with, it is something we cultivate over time. It is the result of every challenge we face, every obstacle we overcome, and every setback we turn into a stepping stone. Resilience is the inner strength that allows us to navigate life's difficulties and emerge stronger, wiser, and more capable than before. It's about believing in our ability to rise again, no matter how many times life knocks us down. It's about trusting that even in the darkest moments, there is a light within us that can never be extinguished. The true test of resilience is not in how we perform when life is easy, but in how we respond when life is hard. It's in our ability to find strength when we have none left, to keep moving forward when we feel like giving up, and to rise again after we have fallen. Resilience is not just about enduring the storm, it's about learning how to dance in the rain. It's about understanding that our greatest growth often comes not in the moments of ease, but in the moments of challenge. And through it all, we must remember that no matter how many times we fall, the power to rise again is always within us. The power of mindset cannot be overstated when it comes to overcoming adversity and achieving success. Mindset is the lens through which we view the world, and it directly influences how we respond to challenges, setbacks, and obstacles. Our mindset shapes our thoughts, our actions, and ultimately the outcomes we experience in life. When we talk about comebacks, the ability to rise after a fall, to rebuild after a setback, and to keep going after a failure, we are really talking about the power of mindset. A person's ability to recover, regroup, and ultimately succeed often has less to do with their external circumstances and more to do with their internal beliefs and thought patterns. Mindset is the driving force behind every comeback. At its core, a mindset is the set of beliefs that shapes how we see the world and ourselves. It is the mental framework that governs how we think, feel, and act in any given situation. There are two primary types of mindsets that most people fall into: a fixed mindset and a growth mindset. A fixed mindset is the belief that our abilities, intelligence, and talents are static and unchangeable. People with a fixed mindset often view challenges as insurmountable obstacles, and they believe that failure is a reflection of their inherent limitations. On the other hand, a growth mindset is the belief that our abilities can be developed through hard work, perseverance, and learning. People with a growth mindset embrace challenges as opportunities for growth, and they view failure not as a reflection of their abilities, but as a necessary step in the process of growth and improvement. The type of mindset we hold determines how we approach challenges. When faced with adversity, a person with a fixed mindset might feel defeated, discouraged, or even helpless. They may see failure as evidence that they are not capable or that they should give up. This type of mindset can lead to stagnation, frustration, and an inability to bounce back from setbacks. In contrast, a person with a growth mindset will view challenges as an opportunity to learn, grow, and become better. They understand that failure is not the end, but a stepping stone on the path to success. For them, the comeback is inevitable because they believe that with effort and persistence, they can improve and achieve whatever they set their mind to. When we experience a setback, whether it's a career failure, a personal loss, or an unexpected challenge, our mindset determines how we handle it. Do we see ourselves as victims of circumstance, or do we see ourselves as empowered to create change? The mind is a powerful thing. It can either propel us forward or hold us back. A positive, resilient mindset can transform a seemingly negative situation into an opportunity for personal growth, while a negative, defeatist mindset can trap us in a cycle of self-doubt and discouragement. Our mindset influences how we interpret failure. Failure is a universal experience. Everyone fails at something at some point in their lives. But how we perceive failure is what makes all the difference. A person with a growth mindset does not fear failure. They embrace it as part of the process. They understand that no successful person has ever achieved greatness without facing setbacks along the way. Failure for them is not a sign of incompetence, but an opportunity to learn, to reassess, and to improve. This perspective allows them to bounce back quickly from failure, adjust their approach, and keep moving forward. In contrast, a person with a fixed mindset may interpret failure as evidence that they are not good enough, that they are incapable of succeeding, and that they should quit. This belief can paralyze them, causing them to avoid challenges and miss opportunities for growth. The importance of mindset in a comeback is especially evident in situations of adversity, where the circumstances seem overwhelming and the path forward is unclear. When life throws curveballs, it's easy to get caught up in negativity, to focus on what went wrong, or to dwell on how unfair the situation is. But a growth mindset empowers us to shift our focus from what we cannot control to what we can control. It encourages us to take responsibility for our responses and actions rather than blaming external circumstances. With a positive, growth-oriented mindset, we start to see challenges as temporary, solvable problems rather than permanent roadblocks. We realize that every setback is an opportunity to build resilience, to develop new skills, and to become better equipped for future challenges. This shift in mindset is crucial to any comeback because it keeps us moving forward, even when the road seems difficult. One of the most powerful aspects of mindset is its ability to shape our perception of success. Many people believe that success is a destination, something to be achieved once and for all. But the truth is that success is not a singular event. It is a continuous journey marked by both victories and defeats. With the right mindset, we understand that success is not defined by one single moment of achievement, but by the ability to keep going, to keep striving, and to keep learning, even in the face of adversity. A person with a growth mindset understands that success is the result of sustained effort over time, and that every failure along the way is just a part of the process. They don't let temporary setbacks define their long-term potential. Instead, they focus on progress, persistence, and learning from every experience. A growth mindset also fuels the belief that change is always possible. No matter how deep the setback or how long the struggle, the person with a growth mindset believes that they can turn things around. They understand that their current situation does not have to define their future. This belief in the possibility of change is essential to any comeback. If we believe that we are stuck, that things will never get better, we are far less likely to take the necessary steps to improve our circumstances. But when we believe in the power of change, we open ourselves to new possibilities and new opportunities. We begin to take action, to seek solutions, and to push ourselves beyond our comfort zone. This willingness to embrace change and take action is what fuels a successful comeback. In order to cultivate a mindset that drives comebacks, we must first learn to master our thoughts. Our thoughts are incredibly powerful, shaping not only how we feel, but also how we behave. Negative thoughts, self-doubt, and fear can hold us back and prevent us from moving forward. On the other hand, positive thoughts, self-belief, and optimism can propel us forward and inspire us to take action. It is important to recognize that we have the ability to control our thoughts. We can choose to focus on what's going wrong, or we can choose to focus on what's going right. We can dwell on our failures, or we can learn from them and use them as stepping stones to greater success. In times of struggle, it's easy to allow negative thoughts to take over. We may find ourselves consumed by fear, doubt, and uncertainty. But when we catch ourselves thinking negatively, we must actively challenge those thoughts and replace them with more empowering beliefs. Instead of thinking, I can't do this, we can think, I will figure this out. Instead of thinking, this is too hard, we can think, this is an opportunity for growth. The key is to reframe our thinking and to focus on the solutions rather than the problems. When we do this, we begin to shift our mindset and open ourselves up to new possibilities. Another important aspect of mindset is the ability to stay persistent and resilient in the face of obstacles. Persistence is not about never encountering difficulties, it's about continuing to move forward in spite of them. The path to success is rarely a straight line. There will always be obstacles, setbacks, and moments of doubt. But a person with a growth mindset understands that these are not signs to quit, they are part of the journey. They see challenges as opportunities to strengthen their resilience, to improve their skills, and to push through their fears. With persistence, they continue to take small steps every day toward their goals, knowing that each step brings them closer to the success they desire. Ultimately, mindset is the driving force behind any comeback. It is the inner strength that fuels our ability to bounce back from setbacks, to rise after failure, and to continue pursuing our goals despite the challenges we face. A growth mindset gives us the belief that we can always improve, that we can always do better, and that no setback is permanent. With the right mindset, we can transform obstacles into opportunities and failures into lessons. We can make any comeback, no matter how difficult the journey may be. Setbacks are often viewed through a negative lens, a point of discouragement where hope seems distant and the road ahead appears filled with obstacles. However, this view is limiting and fails to recognize the profound power that setbacks can have in shaping our future success. In reality, setbacks are not just moments of failure, they are setups for comebacks, transformative opportunities for growth, self-discovery, and eventual triumph. When we shift our perspective and reframe setbacks as setups, we unlock the true potential of adversity. These seemingly negative experiences are often the catalyst for the greatest breakthroughs and can propel us toward greater success than we ever thought possible. The nature of setbacks is universal. Everyone at some point in their lives will encounter a setback. Whether it's a failed business venture, a missed opportunity, a relationship breakdown, or personal loss, setbacks are an inevitable part of the human experience. These moments when everything seems to go wrong can shake our confidence, challenge our beliefs, and create feelings of despair. But what if we could change our perspective on these moments? What if, instead of viewing them as defeats, we saw them as necessary parts of the journey toward greater achievements? At the heart of every setback is the opportunity for growth. The first step in recognizing this potential is to understand that setbacks are not a reflection of our inadequacy or failure. Rather, they are often the universe's way of redirecting us to a path that is more aligned with our true purpose or calling. When things don't go according to plan, it's easy to fall into the trap of self-blame or to believe that we are somehow not good enough. Yet, setbacks are rarely about our ability. They are more often about timing, perspective, or external circumstances that we cannot always control. The true measure of success lies not in avoiding setbacks, but in how we respond to them. One of the most powerful aspects of a setback is the opportunity it gives us to reflect and reassess. When we face adversity, we are forced to pause and evaluate where we are and where we are going. Setbacks can act as a mirror, reflecting back to us aspects of ourselves and our approach that may need adjustment. Sometimes we get so caught up in pursuing a particular goal or vision that we lose sight of the bigger picture. A setback can help us step back and take a fresh look at our approach. It forces us to ask difficult questions. Are we on the right path? Is this goal truly aligned with our values? Are we doing everything we can to succeed, or is there something more we could be doing? In this way, setbacks help us gain clarity and sharpen our focus. They can provide us with the space to reevaluate our goals, rethink our strategies, and identify areas for improvement. Often, The lessons learned from setbacks become the stepping stones that lead to even greater achievements. For example, an entrepreneur who faces a failed business venture might learn valuable lessons in market research, customer relations, or financial management lessons that, when applied in the future, will set them up for success. In this sense, a setback becomes a crucial learning experience, providing the knowledge and insight necessary for future success. Moreover, setbacks are often the most powerful teachers. When things go wrong, we are forced to confront the reality of our situation and develop the resilience to persevere. The discomfort of a setback is a catalyst for personal growth, building character, and teaching us how to navigate life's challenges with grace and strength. It is through overcoming setbacks that we build the mental fortitude needed to handle even greater challenges down the road. Without experiencing setbacks, we would not develop the resilience, resourcefulness, and creativity that are essential for long-term success. Setbacks challenge us to stretch beyond our comfort zones, to dig deeper, and to discover strengths we didn't know we had. Another important aspect of setbacks is that they often lead us to new opportunities. When one door closes, it is not the end, it is simply the beginning of a new chapter. Setbacks often come with a silver lining, a hidden blessing that we may not immediately recognize. For instance, someone who loses their job may see it as a devastating blow, but in reality, it could be the perfect setup for them to pursue a new career, start their own business, or explore a completely different field. Similarly, a failed relationship might open the door to a deeper understanding of what one truly needs in a partner, leading to a healthier and more fulfilling relationship in the future. The key is to remain open to the possibilities that come with setbacks and to trust that there is always a way forward, even when the path seems unclear. Setbacks also offer us the chance to practice patience and perseverance. In a world that often prioritizes instant gratification and quick results, setbacks force us to slow down and understand that success is a journey, not a destination. There is no straight line to success. It is filled with twists, turns, and detours. Setbacks teach us that the process is just as important as the end result. They remind us that persistence, rather than perfection, is the key to achieving our goals. Each setback, no matter how discouraging it may seem in the moment, provides us with an opportunity to practice patience, to refine our skills, and to keep moving forward. One of the most transformative aspects of setbacks is their ability to build humility. When things go wrong, it is easy to get caught up in feelings of self-doubt or frustration. However, setbacks are an opportunity to humble ourselves and acknowledge that we do not have all the answers. They remind us that success is not guaranteed, and that the road to achievement is often unpredictable and fraught with obstacles. In this sense, setbacks allow us to embrace the learning process rather than expecting perfection from ourselves. Humility helps us approach setbacks with a growth mindset, understanding that each failure is an opportunity to improve and that no one is immune to challenges. Furthermore, setbacks build resilience in a way that success alone cannot. When we experience setbacks, we develop the ability to bounce back stronger, to adapt, and to continue moving forward despite the difficulties. Resilience is not about avoiding hardship, but about cultivating the strength to persevere through it. The more setbacks we face, the more resilient we become. We learn to handle disappointment, to stay focused on our long-term goals, and to keep going even when the going gets tough. Resilience built through setbacks is what ultimately enables us to achieve long-term success. A key part of understanding setbacks as setups for comebacks is realizing that every setback is temporary. This too shall pass. No matter how difficult a setback may seem in the moment, it will not last forever. Time has a way of healing wounds, of shifting perspectives, and of bringing new opportunities. What seems like a major obstacle today may seem insignificant tomorrow. When we keep this in mind, we are better equipped to face setbacks with a sense of calm and confidence. We are reminded that no matter how dark things may seem, the sun will rise again, and a new opportunity will present itself. The comeback, fueled by the lessons learned from setbacks, is not only about bouncing back, but about becoming more than we were before. Setbacks force us to evolve, to adapt, and to grow. They challenge us to question what we thought we knew and to push past our limitations. Each setback is a chance to refine our character, improve our strategies, and build our resilience. The process of recovery and growth is what ultimately leads to success, and it is through setbacks that we are given the chance to become the best version of ourselves. It is easy to view setbacks as obstacles, as signs of failure or defeat. But when we shift our mindset and embrace setbacks as setups for comebacks, we open ourselves to a world of possibility. Setbacks are not the end of the road. They are simply detours on the way to success. They are moments of learning, growth, and evolution. They are the opportunities that prepare us for something greater. When we accept setbacks as part of the journey and trust in our ability to overcome them, we realize that no setback is ever wasted. Every setback is, in fact, a powerful setup for the next great chapter of our lives. The power of decision is one of the most underrated forces in life, yet it is the key to shaping our destiny. It is through decisions that we set the course of our lives, determine the trajectory of our careers, and define the person we become. Every moment of our existence is shaped by the decisions we make, and every decision, no matter how small, creates ripples that extend far beyond our immediate understanding. The choices we make today have the power to influence our tomorrow, and the decisions we refuse to make can leave us stagnant, lost in the currents of life without a clear direction. At the core of decision making lies the profound truth that we are the architects of our future. Too often people believe that external forces, circumstances, or other people have the power to control their lives. They think they are simply victims of fate, waiting for the right moment or the perfect conditions to act. But the truth is that the moment you decide to act, to make a choice, you reclaim control over your life. In fact, it is the act of deciding that gives you the power to shape your destiny. The mind is a powerful tool, and when we use it to make decisions, we are essentially determining the course of our lives. To understand the power of decision, we must first recognize that every decision we make is an act of intention. Whether we realize it or not, every choice reflects our values, beliefs, and desires. A decision is a clear expression of our priorities. It is an acknowledgement that we are actively choosing a particular path, a specific outcome, and a desired result. Even indecision is a form of decision. When we refuse to make a choice, we are, in essence, deciding to remain where we are, to avoid growth or change, and to continue on a path of inaction. The power of decision lies in the fact that it moves us forward. No matter how daunting or uncertain a decision may seem, the simple act of choosing to move in a particular direction is transformative. Making decisions requires courage because it involves stepping into the unknown. But it is this very courage that allows us to break free from the limitations that hold us back. When we make decisions, we take a step towards something new, something better, something different. We refuse to remain in the same place, stuck in the comfort of our old ways. Decisions are also empowering because they affirm our personal agency. We all have the ability to make choices, and those choices define who we are. The decisions we make today shape the people we become tomorrow. The power of decision is not just about choosing between two options, it is about recognizing that we are capable of creating our own reality. Every time we choose to take action, we are expressing confidence in our ability to impact our lives in meaningful ways. And when we make decisions, we are declaring that we are in control of our own fate, that we are not subject to the whims of chance or the opinions of others. One of the most powerful aspects of decision making is its ability to create momentum. When we make a decision, we immediately generate movement. We begin to focus our energy on the chosen course, and we start taking steps toward our goals. This momentum builds as we continue to make decisions, and with each decision, we gain greater clarity and confidence. The act of decision making propels us forward, and the more we make decisions, the more empowered we become. Momentum is not just about speed, it is about direction. Even if the path is not always clear, a decision gives us the compass to navigate toward our destination. The power of decision also lies in its ability to eliminate doubt. When we are faced with a choice, the fear of making the wrong decision can paralyze us. We wonder, what if I make a mistake? What if I regret this? But the truth is that indecision itself is far more damaging than a poor decision. The longer we delay making a choice, the more uncertain and anxious we become. Decision making eliminates that doubt by giving us a sense of clarity and purpose. When we make a decision, we affirm that we are committed to a course of action, and that commitment provides us with the confidence to move forward. Moreover, decisions help us take ownership of our lives. Every decision is a reflection of our willingness to take responsibility for the outcomes we experience. It is easy to blame external factors for the difficulties we encounter, but the moment we take responsibility for our decisions, we also take responsibility for the results. This sense of ownership gives us the power to create change, to learn from our mistakes, and to grow as individuals. When we own our decisions, we empower ourselves to make better choices in the future, and we stop relying on others to determine our happiness or success. The impact of decision making extends beyond the individual. Our decisions have a ripple effect that can influence those around us. Every choice we make can inspire, encourage, and uplift others. When we decide to pursue our passions, chase our dreams, or take bold action in the face of fear, we set an example for those around us. Our decisions serve as a model of courage and determination, and in doing so, we inspire others to make their own empowering decisions. The power of decision, therefore, is not confined to the individual. It has the ability to change entire communities, organizations, and even societies. When one person makes a powerful decision, it can spark a chain reaction that leads to collective change. The consequences of indecision, on the other hand, are far-reaching. Indecision is the silent killer of dreams, the thief of opportunities, and the destroyer of progress. When we fail to make decisions, we remain stagnant, waiting for the perfect moment, the right conditions, or the approval of others. But the truth is that there is no such thing as the perfect moment. Waiting for everything to align perfectly will only keep us stuck in a state of inaction. Indecision keeps us trapped in the past, unable to move forward and embrace the possibilities that lie ahead. The longer we delay making a decision, the more we allow fear, doubt, and uncertainty to control our lives. Inaction leads to frustration, regret, and missed opportunities. One of the key elements of the power of decision is that it creates freedom. Making decisions, no matter how small or large, is an act of freedom because it allows us to shape our lives according to our own desires. When we make decisions, we take control of our circumstances rather than allowing circumstances to control us. Decision making is a declaration that we are free to choose our path, our future, and our destiny. It is an acknowledgement that we are not at the mercy of life's circumstances, but that we have the power to create the life we want. This freedom is liberating. It enables us to break free from the limitations imposed by others and to live authentically. When we make decisions based on our values and desires, we are choosing to live according to our own truth. This is the essence of personal empowerment. The power of decision gives us the freedom to live a life of purpose, to pursue our passions, and to create the future we envision. It is through decisions that we unleash our true potential and step into the fullness of who we are meant to be. Ultimately, the power of decision is the key to unlocking all the possibilities that life has to offer. It is through the choices we make that we determine the quality of our lives, the success we achieve, and the relationships we build. Every decision, no matter how small, has the power to change the course of our future. The more decisive we are, the more momentum we create, and the more empowered we become. The act of decision making is transformative. It moves us from a place of uncertainty and fear to a place of clarity and purpose. When we embrace the power of decision, we embrace the power to create the life we desire. Your story isn't finished, no matter where you find yourself right now. It doesn't matter how many chapters have already been written or how long the journey has seemed so far. There's an undeniable truth that runs through the core of every individual. As long as you are breathing, your story is still unfolding. Every day, every moment is another opportunity to write the next page, to craft the next scene, and to move forward in ways you might never have imagined. So often we get caught up in the weight of our past, in the failures and setbacks, in the things that didn't go as planned. But the reality is that the past does not have the power to dictate your future unless you allow it to. Your story is far from over. In life, we encounter many obstacles and challenges that can make us feel as though we are stuck in the middle of a narrative that is too hard to continue. We face rejection, disappointment, heartbreak, and loss, and it's easy to believe that these things are the end of the road. But the greatest stories of triumph are never the ones that are written in smooth, uninterrupted prose. The stories that move us, that inspire us, are those that are filled with twists and turns, with moments of despair followed by incredible breakthroughs. The struggles we face are not the closing chapters of our story. They are the very events that set us up for our greatest victories. There are countless examples of people who faced unimaginable odds, who were told their stories were over, and yet they continued to press forward, determined to rewrite the narrative of their lives. These individuals didn't allow their past mistakes or the failures they encountered to define them. Instead, they recognized that their story wasn't finished yet. They understood that as long as they had breath in their lungs, they still had the ability to make new choices, to change their direction, and to create something better. Take, for example, the story of Thomas Edison, the man credited with inventing the light bulb. It's well known that Edison failed thousands of times before he succeeded in creating the electric light. There were moments when it seemed as though his dream of providing light for the world would never come to fruition. But Edison didn't give up. He didn't let his failures determine his future. He understood that each failure was simply a step on the road to success. He famously said, "I have not failed. I've just found 10,000 ways that won't work." Edison's story wasn't finished after each failure. He simply kept going, and in doing so, he changed the world forever. The same is true for every person who has ever faced adversity. The setbacks, the missteps, the moments when it feels as though everything is falling apart, they are all part of the process of growth. Just because you haven't yet reached your desired destination doesn't mean that your story is over. You have the power to change the course of your life at any given moment. The decisions you make today will shape the chapters yet to come. Your story is still being written, and the pen is in your hands. There are times in life when we become consumed by the belief that it's too late, that we've missed our chance, or that we're not capable of achieving the things we once dreamed of. We may look at others who seem to have it all together and feel that we have somehow missed the boat. But the truth is, it's never too late to start again. The idea that we are too old, too young, or too far behind is a lie that keeps us trapped in a mindset of limitation. It's easy to believe that we are too far removed from our dreams to bring them to fruition. But every new day brings with it new opportunities, new chances to take action, and new moments to turn our lives in the direction we desire. Look at some of the greatest success stories in history. Colonel Hollis Sanders, the founder of Kentucky Fried Chicken KFC, didn't start his iconic restaurant chain until he was in his 60s. He faced rejection from countless restaurants, each one telling him that his idea would never work. But he didn't let those rejections define him. He kept going, pursuing his vision with unwavering determination. Sanders' story didn't end with rejection, it was just the beginning. He created a multi-billion-dollar business that has become a household name around the world. If he had allowed the setbacks to stop him, we would never have heard of KFC, and his legacy would not have been written. Your story isn't finished because you are still learning, growing, and evolving. Life is not a static process. It is constantly changing, constantly unfolding in ways we can't always predict. The person you were yesterday is not the person you are today, and the person you are today is not the person you will be tomorrow. We are all works in progress, and it is in our growth that we find the power to rewrite the chapters of our lives. The difficulties you have faced have not broken you. They have shaped you into someone stronger, wiser, and more resilient than you were before. Sometimes we can feel overwhelmed by the weight of our past mistakes. We dwell on the things we should have done differently or the chances we missed. We allow our past to hold us hostage, preventing us from moving forward with confidence and conviction. But the past does not have to dictate our future. Your story is not finished because of your past mistakes. It is finished only if you allow those mistakes to keep you from moving forward. Each moment is an opportunity to begin again. Every decision you make from this point onward can take you in a new direction. It's not about erasing the past, but rather about learning from it, growing from it, and using it as fuel for your future. There will be moments when the weight of life's challenges will feel unbearable. You may wonder how much longer you can keep going, how much more you can endure. But in those moments, you must remind yourself that your story isn't finished. You are not defined by your current circumstances. You are defined by your ability to rise above them, to continue moving forward in spite of the odds. Every obstacle you face is an opportunity to show your strength, to prove to yourself that you are capable of overcoming whatever comes your way. It's in these moments of struggle that your true character is revealed. And it's in these moments that you are being prepared for the success and fulfillment that lie ahead. Every chapter in your life, no matter how difficult or painful, is a necessary part of the overall narrative. There are lessons to be learned, strength to be gained, and wisdom to be acquired in each experience you face. What seems like an ending today may very well be the beginning of a new chapter, one that will bring with it greater opportunities, deeper insights, and greater achievements. You cannot rush the process of growth. The story of your life is not a race, it is a journey. And while there may be setbacks and delays, these do not define you. They are simply stepping stones on the path to your ultimate success. It's important to remember that your story is uniquely yours. No one else has lived the same life, faced the same challenges, or been through the same experiences. Your perspective, your voice, and your journey are what make your story valuable and meaningful. It doesn't matter if others have achieved more or if they seem to be further ahead in their own journey. Your path is your own. And the story of your life is being written one moment at a time. It's never too late to take control of the direction you want to go. Your story is not finished, and you have the power to keep turning the pages.